Hello guys, I'm back again. So, my name is Claudia Tapardel. I'm a journalist, a moderator, and a former member of the European Parliament, so very used with the European politics, but also very involved in the European tourism. I get rid of my emotions, so it will be a very interesting interview also with Mr. Florian Sengstschmid, which is the CEO of Azerbaijan Tourism Board. Please take your seat, dear Florian. I am Claudia, thank you so much. And dear Florian, I have some information about you.
Tell me.
I know that you have more than 25 years experience in tourism and business industry.
Gray hair proofs.
25 years experience, it's a huge experience, and I'm expecting to have from your side the best information regarding the tourism in Azerbaijan. So we'll start directly with the questions. Deal?
Perfect.
Great. So I will ask you the same. What was the situation in Azerbaijan during this pandemic period? More exactly, what represented for the tourism and travel and hospitality industry this pandemic crisis?
First of all, thanks a lot to the organizers, to the hosts, to the mayor of Bodrum, still here, to the colleagues from the Ministry of Culture and Tourism in Turkey. It's great being here.
Yes, it's really great.
Turkey and Bodrum is a #1 destination for Azerbaijani travelers. So, unfortunately, we could not yet use a non-stop connection, but very soon charter flights will be operating and bringing a lot of holiday-hungry Azerbaijanis back to their favorite destination here in Turkey. Obviously, what concerns Azerbaijan, the pandemic hit our tourism sector as much as anywhere else. There is no need to talk about that much, especially hard because it's a young industry in Azerbaijan. 2019 was an exceptional year for us in tourism. We welcomed 3.2 million travelers from abroad. This was plus 12%, and to give you an idea, still tourism is not the biggest contributor to the GDP. Roughly, you can say direct about 2.5% and indirect 4.5% in 2019. Okay. But together with agriculture, the most important non-oil sector the government is developing. So this was a hard hit for the industry, but let me finish that with the good news. The good news is yesterday Azerbaijan has opened its borders since March 2020, and for citizens of Turkey and for citizens of Russia, now again travel can restart and they can visit us in Baku and the rest of the country.
This is a great news, and I think that we are all very optimistic here, and we are hoping that with this summer we'll restart tourism. And I might say that is the perfect moment, the right moment to restart at international level, to restart the touristic activities. So, which are the main priorities of the Azerbaijan in this direction?
You see, I think first goes health and safety. I think this was most important since the start. Azerbaijan was one of the first countries closing its borders, and it's also one which is keeping basically health and safety first for travelers and citizens. In that sense, the pandemics were very well managed. Already by now, 3 million vaccine doses have been administered. That's a very fair share considering an overall population of about 10 million. And so from the beginning in 2020, when the borders were closed, we said, we look at a 4-phase recovery plan first. During lockdown, basically standstill. We were developing in April 2020 a program called Sahman. Sahman in Azerbaijani stands for tidiness, and in the English abbreviation would be sanitation hygiene methods and norms. This is a program not only for hospitality, but also for other key stakeholders along the value chain, mainly travel agencies and tour guides, also as individuals, as much as accommodation facilities. So this program, audited and certified by PwC, gave us also the ability of taking service, quality, hygiene to a next level for the second phase when we started domestic travel. Macera Yachendade is like the adventure is near, is our domestic tourism campaign, very successful, we have to say. Hotels never closed in Azerbaijan, so for domestic travel, most of the time...
So for domestic travel, the hotels never closed, but you had some kind of percentage of occupation of these hotels?
Yeah, very strict norms, basically on how to operate in terms of capacity, in terms of procedures. But we see now that basically 2020 was the year of domestic tourism. And I think as for any other tourism organization, we were pushed in that situation. And I think that's good. That's also learning for tourist boards to look after domestic tourism development. This was always much ignored. Focus was given on the international. I think domestic tourism, digitalization hand in hand are the key topics. And not to forget, a lot of projects, finally Karabakh liberated territories is to develop a new airport, a lot of infrastructure, airport will open.
I want to ask you regarding the airports and the international traveling. Which are the conditions that tourists should respect for traveling in Azerbaijan now and of course in the future, because I think you have a strategy for the future, because after such a long period in which tourism was so much affected, for sure you want some international tourists and a big number.
Indeed, indeed. For now, it's yesterday we opened the borders for citizens of Turkey and for citizens of Russia. The protocol is to be either vaccinated or to basically have passed COVID and an immunity certificate, plus a PCR test of 72 hours. So this is the national rule for us to basically restart and to go ahead with the...
And you have a step-by-step, let's say, strategy to open the borders for other countries?
We'll learn now, we'll see what basically this regulation brings. Obviously, we also hope for, and this was many times said today, for a unification of travel protocols. I think the idea and the aim is really to connect and to find international practicable solutions. Until then, we'll have these kind of clusters and regional approaches. And I do hope that this learning process is coming to an end soon, and we have bigger protocols, bigger standards, because only opening one border is not the solution to tourism.
Exactly.
We need to have basically a global...
To be open to all the world, exactly. Yes. I mentioned your experience at the beginning of our discussion and when I wanted to present you. So, having in the consideration all this experience, can you tell me three main solutions, three main recommendations for restarting tourism and for the recovery of tourism at national level, but also some solutions to recover tourism at international level, because I know that you offered also your experience to other countries and you can have an international perspective on this.
I think national level, not to stop development and all the progress in delivering better services, increasing the quality, increasing the experiences, and with the idea of safety and health first. When it comes to international, think the unified protocols, which was mentioned many times today, together with a fast and fair rollout of vaccines. You know, we see basically that unfortunately countries under the COVAX program, for example, are not supplied sufficient vaccines by today. So this is a very important topic that developed countries also play their fair role and share to emerging and developing countries in that respect. We have to be like a best practice in tourism. We have to go ahead with the vaccine and also to show everyone that basically this is the only way to restart and reboost. On the other hand, I think cooperation on the regional level is of highest importance. For us, Turkey is our key strategic partner. There is a lot of cooperation on different levels, for example, between TURSAP and our Association of Travel Agencies, between the Turkic Development Council and projects in Azerbaijan. So I think starting on a regional level cooperation, this is only one example. I could also give one of on a more content level with Georgia and Russia, where we have developed a joint wine route, Itavitis Caucasus, a beautiful basically journey from Georgia through Azerbaijan and into Russia, exploring wine and culinary, not always to talk about vaccines and travel protocols. So I think cooperation starting regional, expanding international will be essential.
3 examples of good practices taken by your government to restart tourism that you can share with other countries and with representative of touristic sector from other
Azerbaijan
countries.
immediately rolled out with a support program for the sector in terms of salary compensation, tax holidays, other incentives. So basically, this was definitely a very fast reaction, and happy to share more details on that. Another is that our program, Zahman, although only, you would look at it only Azerbaijan in terms of sanitation and hygiene norms, was a good practice for many other countries to develop bigger, broader programs, especially in the pace what we released in April 2020, and definitely has given us some ground to play further. Another is invest in human resources. We have been founding in May 2020 the Tourism Training and Certification Center. We've partnered with international partners, for example, Achle is one of them, to really give people, individuals, the possibility to develop further, to invest in their career planning, although tourism paused and halted. And we see this will be a major problem, that qualified staff, colleagues, have been really dragged into other sectors on how to gain them back, on how to attract them back to tourism. I think this is something we will be discussing over the next years to come.
Great. As you already know, first I have to go to Kazakhstan because I already received an invitation to Kazakhstan. But I want also to visit Azerbaijan. So where you will invite me in Azerbaijan, I offer you the possibility to promote the most beautiful destinations of your country.
Colleague said he will take you with him to Kazakhstan. I will be picking you up from Kazakhstan and bringing you to Baku. We start in a bustling city. Turkey is playing football in Baku very soon, twice, 2 matches, June 16 and June 20. We will basically celebrate football UEFA 2020 season. And from there, I'll take you to the regions to discover some of the Azerbaijani wine, maybe some mud volcanoes.
Not bad.
For the beginning.
And after that?
Well, after that, we'll take you to the mountains, to the Caucasus Mountains. Let's say you're arriving already towards the winter season, and we'll go a bit of skiing in beautiful Caucasus.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I have to finish this panel because I have a really important program also in Azerbaijan. But in the end, I want also to give you the last words and to tell me some inspirational ideas about promoting tourism all over the world, because we need to promote tourism and we need to restart tourism all over the world, because tourism means power and means economy and means bringing people together and building bridges.
Exactly, as tourism is people, tourism is us. This is why also I'm here, we are here. Thank you for our Turkish friends and colleagues for organizing that, for showing that this is the only way to get tourism back in development and restarting. And I encourage all of us to do the same, not to be shy, but overcome the inner obstacles and basically attend, travel, and explore the world and other people's cultures. This is what the ultimate objective is.
So let's explore the world and other people's cultures. Thank you so much for this discussion. It was very useful and fruitful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.